Hello everybody, Haskell Moore here, President and owner of Hurricane Preparedness Training and Consulting LLC, and I'm here today with Maggie May. So as we're getting ready for a hurricane, one of the things we want to do is take our pet's needs into consideration. And she's not liking this, so I'm going to let her go. And let's talk a minute about how to get ready for a hurricane for your pet. So one of the things I recommend is that you get an exam every year at around the May time frame so that you can address any underlying conditions that your pet may have. And it's also a good opportunity to restock on any important prescriptions that they may have and to get some tranquilizers, because whether you stay or whether you evacuate, having tranquilizers will help your pet endure that event a whole lot more comfortably. If you need to evacuate, never leave your pet behind. It's extremely important that you have plans for them. They really don't stand much of a chance if you leave them to fend for themselves. So please don't do this. Always have a plan to deal with your pets in a storm. You can go to my website, hidefromthewind.com, and check on the Pets tab and get more useful information. Also, under the Links tab, in the pet section, you'll find a link to pet-friendly lodging that you can find along your evacuation route. If you have to evacuate and take your pet with you, it will give you a list of hotels and motels where you can stay and that are pet-friendly. Now, for large and exotic animals, we're going to be talking about dogs and cats mostly today, but for large exotic animals, consult with a veterinarian or your county extension agent to get more information. Be sure before the storm to have plenty of supplies on hand, food, water, treats, and so forth for your pet, not only to get them through the storm, but for any supply chain issues that may occur afterwards. So you may want to have several weeks of these supplies on hand. Also, make a shopping list ahead of time to make sure you don't forget anything. And like children, new toys, chew toys, anything that can help provide your pet a welcome relief from the boredom, the tedium, or even the terror of going through a bad storm would be welcome. Before the storm, ensure the pets are kept clear of any areas where you may be working with power tools on ladders, such as if you're putting up plywood shutters. You don't want them getting in the way where you would trip over them, potentially hurt them, or where they could have something like a piece of plywood fall on them. Now, an interesting fact, research has shown that pets may be able to sense when a storm is coming and may be prone to instinctively run away. And unfortunately, this is exactly the opposite of what you want them to do. You want them to be home in your safety and care. But if they run away, you may not find them, and they may do something really silly like go get into a storm drain or something where they end up drowning. So keep your pets indoors and secured several days before the onset of a storm to keep them from running away. During the storm, keep pets close by for their safety and comfort, and for yours. They can be a great comfort to have around when there's a big storm raging outside. Comfort them often, pay attention to them, love on them, keep them close. And because it's possible for a pet to potentially get out, you may end up having to look for them. I recommend having a really, really powerful, strong flashlight with a spot beam on them so that you can see them from a distance away to look for them. So important to have a really good flashlight on hand to look for your pets. Don't allow your pets to go outdoors after the storm until you've inspected your yard or your general area where they'll be for danger. Especially look for down power lines, snakes, and other wildlife can end up there. After the remnants of Hurricane Harvey came through our neighborhood, we found a 6-foot alligator out behind our house. Blown off manhole covers are particularly dangerous, especially if they're covered with water. Your pet could end up stepping into that, falling through it and drowning. And do not allow your pets to play in floodwaters. There is all kinds of garbage in that water, everything from fire ants to poisons to yard runoff, fecal matter. And you know, a dog or a cat, if they're outdoors, they're just going to take a drink wherever they want to. So there could be all kinds of nasty things in there. It's really better to keep your pet indoors for a few days, especially if there's floodwater present. Take them on a leash to go outside to go potty or whatever, but keep them under close wraps until the storm is gone and things sort of settle down. After the storm, if you have a power outage, to keep your pets cool, provide plenty of cool. Now, not cold, this is important. Cool water, but not ice cold. Cool, clean water is what your pet needs. Dogs can be cooled off if you need to with a damp and again cool. Particularly important because cold water will actually have the opposite effect. It causes the veins to constrict and limits the blood flow. So use cool towel on their face, their head, and their paws to help cool them off. And you could also put alcohol on a dog's pad to help it cool off. My veterinarian told me about this. Matter of fact, all of this was run past a veterinarian before I put it in the book, and this material is straight out of my book, Hurricane Preparedness for the Home and Family, on Amazon. Now, cats will usually do a pretty good job of staying cool on their own, but if you see your cat panting, you need to get a hold of your vet because they may already be in a serious situation. So again, make sure that you watch out for your pets, you have adequate supplies on hand, you keep them close by, and monitor them after the storm. I hope you like this video. If so, click on like and subscribe. I'm going to be releasing many more videos in the coming weeks on this and other important topics to help you get your home, your car, your pets, and your children ready for a hurricane, tropical storm, or flood. Again, Haskell Moore here. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon.